Wow. So
They
they
did
just
give me the
fully
bike.
gave you a fucking bike. What did they want from you? What were your deliverables? Is the dealership's name on the title? If you weren't dating Pat, would you ever date a guy that didn't stunt ride or wasn't
Oh,
better at riding than you? Welcome to Get Vertical Real Talk. This is a Harley Stunt Riding podcast where we introduce you to the people and ideas that will actually help you level up your stunt riding skills professionally. And today I'm introducing you to my friend Lizzie. She's one of two females that are stunt riding Harley Davidsons in Canada. So there's only two of them, and she's one of them. And she's absolutely shredding and pushing the stunt scene for female stunt riders. And today we go into what inspires her to do that. We also go into the dynamics of being a female in a male dominated sport and the challenges that we have to overcome. Now, what's unique about Lizzie is she's newer to the scene, only a few years in, and she's already presenting herself very, very professionally, and she has a mindset of a professional. She does a lot of shows, and she rides with a team called Highway Heathens. It's really unique to see how she handles and her social media and her online presence, as well as how she presents herself to the world. I hope you guys get some value from this. Help me in welcoming Lizzie.
what's up?
What's up, Lizzie?
How you doing?
Good. Okay. Let's get through. I want to get straight to the meat of our conversation just because I've been dying to talk to you and I'm just like stoked you're here and I can't wait to meet you in person. You are all the way in Canada. Where in Canada?
Ontario, actually, close to
Ontario.
Toronto.
So you are one of two female Harley stunt riders in the entire Canada
Yeah, for now. For now, it's
for
definitely
now.
growing though. Oh, there's going to be some coming up. I could see it happening.
Really? Are you inspiring people around you? Some girls?
I'd like to think so. I hope so. I'm definitely pushing my friends that are on um, sports bikes to cross over to the Harley world, but it's quite a push, especially like considering the price difference between Harleys and those type of bikes. And but I'm getting there.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
there.
So where did you get started? Because if you're one of two and Chris is the only other one and she's how many hours from you?
Oh, she's on the other side of the country.
So you guys basically never ride together.
No, we
Who
had a
inspired
chance.
you? I know, right?
Oh,
Who inspired you and where'd you get started?
well, I actually started on a dirt bike with my brother and a group of his friends, but the Harley scene really came to me one year when I actually visited Quebec and they had a Harley ice drag race out there. And there was a Canadian stunt crew that was performing in the halftime and they were doing stunts on ice on Harleys.
The fuck?
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And just seeing a Harley wheelie in person for the first time, I was like, oh, I want to do that. I need to do that. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So that was your aha moment.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Every single one of us has that moment.
Yeah.
And so your boyfriend right now, he's a stunt rider. Did you know him at the time or did you meet him after you started learning how to stunt?
I actually met him afterwards. I met him actually not too long after that event, and I just met him in the lot through mutual friends, and ever since he's been basically my coach. He's taught me everything I know that's proper and tries to correct all the improper things.
Have you ever cried in your helmet?
Oh, a million times.
Okay, I'm
I've
not the
cried.
only one.
No, no, I think we all do it. I think the men do it too. They just won't admit it. That's why they get the visors that aren't clear.
You're probably right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't witnessed my husband do it yet.
Yeah.
So you're probably right. They're hiding behind their helmet. But yeah, I don't know why it's so much more emotional for us females. And I think it's because we overthink shit.
Oh, definitely. I know I do.
What are some of the things that you overthink when you're stunt riding?
I definitely like overthink the process and the steps like of a trick per se. Like talking about for example, Larry's, when I'm trying to do those, if I sit and hold it for too long and think about what I'm about to do, most of the time it doesn't work. But when I get out of my head and just like almost act like I know what I'm doing, most of the time it goes pretty well. So I try to just stay out of my head as much as possible, but it really is a challenge to do that. And I'm still learning.
Yeah, I just learned that the other day, like maybe a few weeks ago, by just fucking just go. Don't even fucking think about it, because when you overthink shit, it just, your body is you're trying to make your body do something, but your body already knows what to do.
Yeah.
Like, we're good riders. We don't need to think. We just need to ride our machines the way it needs to
Yeah.
be rode. Like, overthinking shit. I think that's why us women don't progress as fast as men in general.
Yeah. It's almost working against us in a way.
Yeah, totally. Like, we have to know why it's doing this and how it works and all the ins and outs of it before we even attempt the trick. And it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I totally know what you mean. That's like the biggest thing when it comes to Pat coaching me is we bump heads when it's a just do it, don't even think about it kind of thing. And I'm like, what do you mean? I need you to explain like step A, B, C, D, yeah. And then I'll try it.
Totally. But I think that actually makes up for a good coach, because I've noticed that that's how I think. Like, I think very deeply into every single thing I do, and Bruce doesn't. And we complement each other when we're coaching other people, because he will just be like, just do it. And these are the fundamentals and the basics and the mechanics of it. And I'm like, but actually, if you think it through this way, and I'm like, I'm coaching the mental aspect of everything.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting how us females and men handle shit differently. Do you think we have more opportunities as females stunt riders in the stunt scene?
Yeah, definitely. I think we do. Like, I think in most sports that are male dominated, women have a little bit of an upper hand, especially right now. We're living in a world where everyone wants to lift up women and women can do what men can do. And it's great and it's awesome to see. And I think it's a great thing that more companies are opening up to bringing more women in and giving more women opportunity, even though it might seem unfair that a guy that's 10 times better than me won't get the opportunities that I will get just based on my gender. It does suck, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like the world we live in, and it's our time. Sorry.
Have you ever gotten any hate from the guys, either online or in person, because of the opportunities you get over them?
Well, I've definitely felt a little bit of judgment where some people might think that I've only gotten opportunities based on my gender solely, or based on the fact that my boyfriend is on a team with me as well, and things like that. And also, like with females, there seems to be some weird stereotype out there that girls are getting on bikes to get popular or to gain clout or something like that. And that's always a thing I've struggled with, especially with the men in my community. It's like they don't really understand the whole marketing aspect of it, and that like social media and stuff like that can actually bring opportunities, male or female. But I just gotta learn to let that stuff go and not really care what the guys say. And so far, I'm trying to just block it out.
So you bring up the marketing aspect of social media, and what do you do differently that than the guys that may be, I'll just use the word, this is from my mouth, not yours, hating on you on the opportunities you get through social media? What are you doing differently?
Well, I think a lot of people might like look at social media as corny sometimes, or like a try hard, but like posting a couple times a week really isn't that big of an effort for me and like to do. And like I might be annoying to some people, might not be, but at the end of the day, tagging companies that I would want to work with or do work with and getting their eyes on what I am trying to do benefits. There's hardly any opportunities out there where you can get the attention of a company or anyone really for that matter without the tool of social media. Like there's bike events and stuff like that, but again, where do you hear about these events? Social media and stuff like that.
Attention is money.
I'm
Period.
realizing that. I'm
Yeah.
realizing that.
And I used to be that person, like, just ride. Why are we getting content? Or like, why are we filming? Why do we always have to film when we go to the lot? Like, I just want to ride. I just want to progress and get better. And I always knew in the back of my head that I probably should continue to work on my social media, even though I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And now I see, and I'm so grateful that I did what I did back in the day for as long as I did, because it has definitely paid off. And it doesn't matter what you decide to do with your writing, as long as it's moto related. If you decide to start a business or decide to do anything moto related, your social media following with your stunt writing is going to propel that and make it progress 10 times faster.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. So keep pushing it. And I was looking at your Instagram page before we logged on, and your shit looks legit. You go on there, you look like a straight up professional. You are a professional. You get paid for what you do. So you are a professional. And I think it just takes time to grow your following. And I think you're on a super good track, dude. Your brand, your personal branding, which is basically like your digital reputation or your digital presence, is solid. Quality images, quality videos, quality content, showing pictures of your face is a huge deal, which I never used to do. And either did Bruce. And now we are starting to do that. And it actually matters, because when people see you at an event with your helmet off away from your bike, they know who you are.
Yeah.
So you're fucking killing it, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. So do you have any tips that I could work on? Like anything that I could fix to maybe make it stand out more?
Yes. And I talked to you about this before, but let's talk about it again, because I think it's super important and I want people to know about it too. Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying the episode. Real quick plug, I want to invite you guys to our online wheelie coaching course. This is exclusively made for Harley riders. We created a 3-stage progression method that is guaranteed to teach you how to wheelie. This is for day one learning riders. It's broken down from day one all the way to balance point. With this course, you get our exclusive members only Get Vertical app that makes it easier to access while you're at the lot practicing. You also get to join our Facebook community, where we have a group experts in there all ready to help, and other Harley Stunt riders learning from each other. You'll also get invited with online group coaching with Bruce and I, where you can ask us direct questions about your progress and any struggles you're having. You can sign up at getverticalcoaching.com. Link will be in the description. Anyways, back to the show. People be hating on the blue check mark, okay? Well, the blue check mark actually helps, because Instagram rewards people that pay to be on the platform, because they want you to keep paying. So it's like $15 a month. If you can't cough up $15 a month and get a bigger and larger reach on your profile so that you can get more followers, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then up here in the bio, you have, I'll just read it to the audience. It says, Lizzie, your name, just for fun. And then you tag a bunch of companies that you're affiliated with. And then you linked Get Vertical Coaching. Thank you.
Of course.
But like that bio tells Instagram, it's an SEO search engine optimization. So that's how Instagram knows where to push your profile. So yeah, so that's where you want to put the words stunt rider, Harley Davidson, motorcycle, wheelie, like all the things that like the audience that you want to attract. Um, that's what you need to put in there, like the words that they would be searching or hashtagging, things like that. For I'll give you an example. I used to put something like powered by God or Jesus Christ or something like that. And I love him. But a bunch of Bible thumpers were hitting me up in the DMs and it was crazy just because I had just that
Really? Oh wow.
on my bio. And
Okay.
it showed that like that really does affect who finds you. So if you have like I love God on there, but you are wanting to attract a motorcycle audience so that you can help your brand partnerships, that's not going to really help because you're going to only attract Christians and people that love
Yeah.
God. So yeah, dude, I try to squeeze as many keywords as possible in mine. So I'll read you mine. It says pro motorcycle stunt rider, and I put pro in there so that people know like it's all about the fucking image, dude. I think you should do that. I made Krista do it. She did it, and I put Harley Davidson. That's on the first line. Pro motorcycle stunt rider, and then like a bracket Harley Davidson, and then I put motorcycle podcast host, link in bio, wheelie, I squeezed in the word wheelie, coach, and then I put booking email / DM. So like you want to, if you want to make sure that you put in there that you're for hire.
Right.
And then I put my location. So that
Perfect.
helps. That's
That's a
my
lot.
biggest tip.
That's a huge tip because I honestly struggled a lot with like, what are you supposed to put in your bio? Like, that's why there's so many tagged companies there because I really didn't know. So like, that's a lot of
Yeah, Krista
advice.
did
Thank
it,
you.
and that she did the blue check mark, and she listened to everything I said, and she felt like an imposter at first by putting like pro and like
Yeah.
all the words, but she said she got like 250 followers that week.
Yeah. Yeah. It really
So
shows it makes a difference.
it does, and then not only that, the blue check mark gets your attention. Don't lie. When you see
It
someone
does.
comment on your thing and it's a blue check mark, just our head, you think they're important.
Yeah. I click on the profile and see who it
Me
is every
too.
time.
So then it gets people on your page,
Yeah.
So like let people think what they want to think.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about them. It's about growing your personal brand.
Exactly.
So that would be my first advice. What
Perfect.
things have you learned over your career that has helped you propel professionally?
Um, I've learned to open up personality wise. I remember my first year of doing shows. I obviously wasn't really up to par to really be in shows or anything, and I was very nervous every time. And I always kept my head down and never really smiled or talked to anybody. Just, I'm here doing my own thing, and that's it. And I actually had someone comment that it looks like I'm about to punch somebody every time that they look at me. So after that, I made it a thing to try to make it that I had a smile on my face at all times. Then naturally, it just stayed on my face. And the more I got to talking to people, the easier it was. And especially with kids, I never got along with kids and never knew what to say to them. And motorcycles actually helped me actually learn how to speak to children and like get along with kids. And we have something that we both like. It's like, let's go look at the bike.
Are
I
you
don't
one
know
of
what to
those people?
say.
Yeah, are you those awkward people around kids where you're like, hello,
Yeah, I used to be definitely, but we've
getting
had
better.
quite a bit of people come out with their children to a lot of shows, and I've actually like gotten close with a couple of the kids that I've seen around a few times, so I've gotten better.
So you're really taking this to a professional level, which is not normal for like a newer stunt rider. And it's kind of sick to see because you're doing shows and like you are thinking about marketing and thinking about your image online and following and things like that. But what does that look like for your future if you're since you're a woman and you're wanting to start a family and things like that, what are your thoughts and your plans on the future for your stunt riding?
Well, like I always looked up to families like yours and Low Life Stunts and his family and even Krista Delacruz and her family. Like you all seem to have such a well balanced life with your family, also doing something that you love for a job. And like that's ultimately the goal. Like no matter which direction it goes, I want to have a family that is involved in what I love to do and also be able to continue to do it after I have kids. I don't know when that's going to happen, but gotta ask Pat, I guess.
Is it really up to the men or?
I'm just gonna trap him. It's fine.
I know, right? Right. It is life changing once you do have kids, and it's like hard to navigate that when you are a female stunt rider because obviously you can't ride and it fucking sucks. And then it fucks up your body. And then if you're relying, I don't know what your sponsorship deals are, but if you're relying on sponsorship deals and it's year by year and you have these promises that you've made, it really does make it hard to take a break. You know what I'm saying? And when, especially when you have contracts, it's like, what the fuck am I going to do? You know?
Yeah.
And I would just say don't rely on the sponsorship money because that could end tomorrow. And it's like not really promised anyways, you know? And it's kind of like a temporary thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as an extra paycheck, but maybe like, what do you love to do?
Well, during the week, like my regular job is powder coating. I work with my family actually, and I've been doing that since I was a teenager. So, uh, I'd like to continue on doing that as well, and maybe somehow even tie that in to motorcycles somehow in the future. Like, I know the stunt riding thing won't necessarily last forever, and it's not necessarily a stable thing to rely on, like you say. But I want to have a career that has something to do with bikes because I don't know what I'm meant to do, but whatever it is, it's meant to be around bikes because that's all I care
It,
about and think about, and it's a weird
it comes
obsession.
easy. Yeah, it comes
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Dude, you could totally use your powder coating with something to do with your stunt riding.
yeah.
What do you powder coat?
Literally anything steel or aluminum.
Like, and you work with your parents' business or?
Yeah, my mother actually runs the place, so I have a strong female leader to look up to, which is
That's
nice.
fucking sick, dude.
Yeah,
That's probably where you're getting all this business entrepreneurship from.
probably. Yeah,
You're lucky. You're lucky
yeah,
to have that. Yeah,
yeah,
dude. Keep digging in your brain, like for something that, like, almost like aligns perfectly like this, because it's super fulfilling. And I'm just starting to figure that out. Even with like my coaching, I love teaching and helping people, and that's really fun to me. But it led me to this podcast. So whatever you think is the plan really isn't the plan. It goes like this, and then you like go like this, and then you end up doing the thing. And who knows? It might not even be it. But right now I enjoy it, so I'm just running it, you know?
yeah. Exactly. It's not my plan; it's God's plan, and I'm just going with the flow, right?
Yeah, just take the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you have planned for this 2024 year?
This year so far, we got quite a bit of shows going on. Working with some new companies I'm going to soon announce that. And I'm actually upgrading the bike. Uh, I was on an 883 and I'm getting it to a 1200 kit now
Go.
and new paint job and all that. So I'm going to feel like a real custom stunt rider now. Have my cut fender and all that.
Are you gonna have downtime? Or do you have
Oh,
another bike you could ride?
um, I do have a supermoto that I take out when my Harley's not out, but yeah, do plan to take a little bit more downtime this summer because last summer was so crazy. It was almost every weekend we had something going on. And we just want to really get back to our roots, hanging out with our friends and going dirt bike camping and hitting the lots because that's honestly where I'm happiest is at the lots with the homies.
Last year, you were working basically every weekend doing shows.
Yeah, it was quite
every weekend.
Packed. Not every weekend, but it was packed. It was quite a busy summer, and then we had quite a bit of rain as well. So whatever weekends we weren't working, we're supporting rain. So,
Damn. So you couldn't really ride other than shows.
Yeah. So that's another thing. I also want to focus more on actually progressing on the riding and really hitting those Larrys. I want to get them. I want to get out of them.
You're killing it, dude. That's what first caught my attention about you is you doing the Larrys on Dad's Rad's bagger.
Yeah, when I got whipped off. Yeah, that was fun.
I was like, what the fuck? Who is this bitch? And I've talked to you about it before, but typically girls don't get inspired by men. They get inspired by other women, and they're like always one step behind one person that's just leading the whole pack of girls. So I love to see that you kind of branched off on your own, and now you're inspiring me. And that's how it works, like it's so sick. And I love to see that there's someone that's actually willing to do something different, because if you get those Larrys, and I'll just use myself as an example because I don't feel like I'm competing with you at all, but there might be other girls that are seeing you killing it and they're like, what the fuck? But let's say you get those Larrys on lock. By the time you actually post it, I'm just starting it. And then now I'm like 2 months behind you.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's all about competition, but I mean, is it?
Hey, I feel like we all do it. I know for a fact that like my first few years of stunt riding, I would literally target somebody who was closest to me in skill online. And that was my target. And like, you're my competition and I'm going to do whatever I can to beat you. But it ended up just driving me nuts, and I was chasing something that wasn't even my goal, and I just decided to stop looking at those girls on Instagram and try to do something different.
Totally. And it does fuck you up when you're comparing yourself to someone else, because they post their best video and you keep replaying that stupid fucking reel. And then you keep thinking they're landing that same trick over and over and over again when really they probably got it once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
I can definitely say I'm one of those people that will post their best, and you didn't see the 30 falls before that, but
we all are, girl. All of us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's just like a selfie. Like, obviously, you're not going to post an ugly selfie.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I spend way less time on selfies than I do content for wheelies. I'm not that kind of chick. I am not that kind of chick. Like, I'm like, just post it. Just don't tag me.
Yeah.
I don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know how you were saying that, like, some people or guys might think that you get more attention because you're a chick, and it's not like you're being slutty on your bike.
That's kind of my argument whenever I hear anything, or like I get a little smart ass comment from a guy, and like, no hate on those girls at all. But like I said, it's Instagram and social media as a whole is a giant tool if you want to get the help to do this stuff. And like, to be honest, I wouldn't be able to do it without the help that I got from the companies that I got in contact through social media. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but my bike was actually a sponsored bike from Blackbridge Harley Davidson. And yeah, without that, I wouldn't even be on a Harley. I'd still be on my supermoto. So,
really? Did they see potential in you and then they just gifted you a bike or sponsored you?
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. They saw potential, and my manager really pushed for them to see it, obviously. And I'm not going to lie, it was a lot of stress and pressure at first to get on that bike and be able to wheelie it, especially promising someone that I would be able to. And I think that actually like prolonged my progression a little bit because I was so in my head about it. And it actually took me like a good 2 seasons to actually figure out how to get the Harley up every time on different terrain and different tires and stuff like that. Like it wasn't easy.
Okay, so I have some questions for you about that. Is the dealership's name on the title?
No, it is my bike.
Wow, so
They
they
did
just
give me the
fully
bike.
gave you a fucking bike.
Yeah, they did give me the bike.
That's sick. Like
Yeah.
no strings or what did they want from you? What were your deliverables?
Well, with the amount of shows we had with the team I was on, they were also working with the team at the time. So we had their logo on our trailer. Every post I made, I would make sure that they were like one of the first ones up there. And they actually had quite a bit of women's events held at their dealership. And they got me involved with that, which was actually amazing. I met a lot of female riders in the community, which was really cool. And they also gave me the opportunity and flew me out to California last year to be a part of the Dela Crew movie, which was totally awesome. And that was kind of a deal for both of us because they helped support that and got me involved, which was awesome. So, like, it goes, we've definitely both shown a lot of love and support for each other. And, like, that's what I think a great partnership is, right?
Yeah, I love that. So you guys are super tight then.
Oh yeah. Erin, the CEO, she is amazing and she's so for the let's lift the women up and girl gang and stuff like that. So she's really had my back through this whole process and also given me a lot of great pep talks to move forward in a way that I don't overthink and care too much what's going on the outside world.
You know, it's crazy that you say that because like some people think like the sponsorship thing is just like money or just parts or just, you know, whatever they're giving to you and what you're giving to them, but I think the best ones and the only ones that I truly want to fuck with now is the ones that actually care about Andrea, the
Yeah.
real me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they actually care about my personal success and I truly care about their business success as
Yeah.
well. So it's a equal trade-off and it's a genuine equal trade-off. It's not like some some hidden agenda behind it. Like how much can I get out of them with the least amount of work?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like the personal ones like it feels better. Like I've definitely
Mm.
like felt both sides where like you almost feel like you're just a number in a giant company. Like here's yeah, there's another ride or whatever. And also a smaller company that actually knows you and the difference is uncanny. Like I would much rather work for a small company that is my buddies that can't really do too much for me, but maybe like help me out with a part here and there or like do an oil change on my bike because I can't even do that. But you know what I mean? It's just,
No, totally. It's that support and that feeling that you're not alone in this thing because it's not easy,
yeah,
you
definitely.
know. Yeah, I'm starting to see, you know, that the relationships I built over the years is helping me with new projects that I'm wanting to do. And like even like this podcast, and now I'm doing these this Get Vertical stunt games. I don't know if you saw it, and like them believing in me and new projects means so much. It's
Yeah,
crazy. So
yeah,
keep those relationships tight, dude.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
what you guys got going on looks sick. I can't wait
I
to
know.
watch that comp.
Would you ever come to one of my stunt games?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to plan to. Trust me, that's definitely on the list.
Okay, start practicing your drifts, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely on that. I
That
got a
would be
little
fucking
uh
sick.
yeah, I got a little Honda Shadow that I'm practicing on while my bike's getting fixed. So oh, that's actually just a loaner. Like just
Oh,
someone let me borrow it. It's just like a
just
farm
gonna
bike.
tear it.
Yeah, it's just a farm bike.
tear it up and give it back.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It's a great community around here, and over the past few years, like the friends I've made in the sport, like I'll be friends with them forever, whether I stunt or not. These are my people, and like shout out to Dropback Pete and Amanda because they have been my lot family since day one and supported me like crazy. And yeah, without them, like the stuff wouldn't be as fun. It wouldn't be as enjoyable. And like the people that are involved in this community are just so awesome. Like I'm so grateful to even be a part of it.
That's sick that you have that support where you are. Did you grow up where you live?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You grew up
did.
there?
Yeah. I didn't even know that there was a scene out here. There was people that did this. It was so hidden because I
So
guess the laws are so bad out here, right?
so yeah, you saw the video. It was a video of someone doing it on ice,
Yeah.
and it was
Or
local.
I saw that in person actually,
Oh,
and
you saw
it
it in
wasn't.
person.
Yeah, it was over at the province next to us, Quebec, over in Frenchland. I actually have some team members that are over there, um, Max Sosi and stuff. The scene out in Quebec is the best in Canada, in my opinion. Like they're just carnage and craziness. Like I remember doing a show last year, and like you didn't even have to pop a wheelie. Like you just blow smoke the whole time, and they were going crazy. They loved it. I just like that is where I found Harley stunt riding, and that's I think where my heart will always stay because of that.
So you got on your dirt bike and started doing wheelies before you saw the wheelies on the Harley.
Yeah, I was already trying on my Husqvarna 450. Do not recommend starting on that bike. I really I hurt myself quite bad a few times,
I
but
could imagine.
yeah.
So you're building your new bike,
Yeah.
Sportster. You're just
Yeah.
rebuilding the one you have to build it out to a 1200. What is your whole bike setup going to be? Are you going to run what bars are you running? What
I'm
size?
running the dirt bike bars. So I think
The
that's
7/8. Oh
yeah.
shit, we talked about this before. It's a different conversion in Canada.
I believe that's what it is.
What is it in Canada? What is 7/8 bars in Canada? Is that a dumb question? Because
Honestly,
we
I
don't.
don't I
You
don't
don't know?
even know much about bars. All I knew is that I got the stock ones and didn't feel right. So I said I want my dirt bike bars, please. And then I got a
Question:
pair of those.
Are you anything like me and like don't really know shit about motorcycles? You just know how to ride them.
I don't know nothing about Harley. Like no, it's bad. And like I try to listen to Pat when people talk to him, and like even when he orders my parts, I try to like take note of what it is just in case someone asks. But I'm
I love
learning, but
that.
I don't know much at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, girl, I'm right here with you. That's okay. That's
I
okay. You know why? Because we're so dependent on our men.
Yeah, it is true.
I mean,
I,
like, why do I have to know? He knows.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
just ask him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like, what would you do without me? My bike would be dead probably
I
after a week,
no, I
and
probably some other guy would have to pick up the slack.
yeah, I guess so.
If
Yeah.
you okay, I got a question for you. If you weren't dating Pat, would you ever date a guy that didn't stunt ride or wasn't
Oh,
better at riding than you?
oh, that's actually funny you say that. I had a guy friend comment to another guy one time that I wouldn't talk to anybody that didn't ride better than me, and that is not true. Um, Obviously, it would be great to have somebody that is passionate about the same thing you are to just get along and have something to do together, but definitely not a requirement for me. I think it's more about the person. I met some really awesome guys that I would recommend to date my friends that are stunt riders. And I've also met guys that are stunt riders that I would say stay the hell away from my friends. So
Yeah, yeah, totally.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I could do it, girl.
No,
I couldn't.
I I mean I say that, but I've said it to Pat. I think like he has to stay with me because he's ruined me now. Like, I don't know. I can't just go on Tinder and find another Pat. Like, I don't
I
know.
know, right? Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure you would not have a hard time finding a guy at the stunt spot. I, I'm sure any man would pick you up.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I mean, like you're hot, you're cute, cool, and you rip. So that's a win in my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't think I could date a dude that didn't write as good as me. I hate to say it. Maybe that's judgmental. I guess it's just because it's so ingrained in my lifestyle and who I am that
Yeah.
I need someone that can coach me and help me grow,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, I definitely hear you there. Yeah.
Like that's why I have such a great relationship with my husband now. Is
Yeah.
because of he helped me and he was my coach and you know?
Yeah. And you guys complement each other too. Like you have, I'm sure, a lot more um, knowledge on the marketing aspect and business aspect when it comes to riding and stuff like that. And then like Pat and me, Pat is my coach and is more knowledgeable when it comes to the riding. So same with Bruce and you, right?
Oh yeah, totally. We totally do complement each other. Like there wouldn't be half the shit that you guys see wouldn't be there if it wasn't me behind the computer, you know?
Yeah.
But I could not do it without him because he's half the brains
Mm-hmm.
and he's half the personality and half the everything else, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I would love to see you guys like do something like Bruce and I are doing, you know, like not saying that exactly like we're doing, but just like dominate as a team.
It's
Kind of
like,
like Jason and Ange,
yeah,
you know, like they're just like a I know you guys have that, but like more like known it on social media presence.
yeah, more of like us. Yeah. I see
Yeah,
what you
like
mean.
not just the team.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, like when you and your husband like first got together, like and started to ride together and stuff like that, was there ever a like thought or like a moment where like you guys didn't pair up and like had to like wait or something? Do you know what I mean? Like you didn't know whether you wanted to do it as a partnership and couple or
Oh, like on social
solely,
media.
yeah, or like just do your own thing separately. Like what made you guys decide that you wanted to do that?
I think yeah, it's always been together. I think it's
Yeah.
always been together, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's but we did learn together. So I don't know if that's why it's different because we learned together.
Oh, I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
you
so
guys
we
started out together. That's
yeah,
awesome.
we both set up our stunt bikes at the same time and he knew how to do power wheelies on the streets with no
Mm-hmm.
brake, but we started learning together. He obviously progressed way faster than me, but we learned together and started at the same time. So I think that might be different because like as soon as I was starting to get a decent wheelie, he was already in balance point, and so we started getting pictures,
Mm-hmm.
like a quick screenshot of a you know, like one of those blurry, like old fashioned screenshots of a GoPro or something. You know, like oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is the highest point of Drea's wheelie, and I'm next to you. Like let's post that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that might be why, but I mean, if you guys have it, but you know, you do see those public relationships like Seabear and Ashley, and then they end. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what happened publicly because I wasn't on social media at that time, but I don't know how that transitioned. And but they were very public with their relationship, but I don't see it hindering their career by any means.
Oh,
If not
definitely.
anything, it helped propel it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. I know what you
what
mean,
are your
and that's
thoughts?
kind of where the fear comes from, I guess, in the back of my head is I remember like being a huge fan of them together, and when they broke up, it was kind of like, oh no, like you know what I mean? Like I just read it amazing, my favorite couple broke up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, and that's where like it kind of gets a little. like scary in a way. But
I guess you would have to
I'm
like,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess you would have to like do some self-reflection and really ask yourself what makes you scared of it. Because if it's the thoughts of what other people are gonna think of you, then that's the wrong reason to not do it.
Right. And
Because
honestly, that's what
people are gonna,
keeps me from doing a lot.
yeah, see? And if it's the thoughts of what other people are gonna, the judgments of other people, then they can go fuck themselves because they're gonna judge you either way.
Yeah.
Either they're gonna say some shit like, "Oh, she never posts anything about her boyfriend. She must be a thirst trap or whatever,"
Yeah.
or they might say, "Oh yeah, look, they're probably gonna break up. Let's watch it." Like haters are gonna hate.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
haters gonna hate.
Yep. You're so right.
You
I'm
know,
learning that.
but
I'm seeing it all and learning it slowly.
but I think it makes you more special if you guys are together. I mean, you're special by yourself too, but I don't know.
No,
I,
I
I have a
definitely think so.
I do have a hard time posting about my kids.
Yeah.
And maybe that's similar fear. I don't know. I
Hmm.
guess I don't know why I have a problem posting about my kids because every time I do, people love it. And it's not
Hmm.
that I don't want people to look at my kids on social media. That's not really it. I guess part of it is, I guess, the audience that I think that is following me doesn't care to see a mom,
Yeah.
and it is part of an image because it's like, oh, a hot chick on a bike, and I don't really. It's not a. I'll be clear. This is not a personal page for
Hmm.
me. This is a business page. My Drea Stunts page is a straight up business page. So it is an image. It's not my real life. It,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So like it is what it is, you know? So that's why I mean, I could kind of see where you're coming from as far as like maybe you want to come off as like that hot chick that's just solo. I don't know. You think?
Yeah, it's like it's just like I don't know. It's just the fear of like what would it be like with it? Like if I didn't have him, you know what I mean? Like just like the thought of building up a bunch of things together and then like possibly it could go sideways. It just scares me a little bit. And it has nothing to do with like the relationship itself. It's just I've always been told don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
And that is kind of what plays in the back of my mind even with this kind of stuff, even though it's not my full-time gig. It still
Mhm.
kind of plays in my mind a bit.
I guess it's similar to my fear of the kids thing. Maybe think of it as like a business move.
Hmm.
It's more of a business move than anything because you think of stunt writing similar to like how I do. You love it. Like we all love stunt. We wouldn't be doing this shit if we didn't love it.
Right.
But if we were trying to make a living off of it and actually do something with it, it's a business move. You know
Hmm.
what do so I like to say like if you look at Christian, Dad's Rad,
Hmm.
he targets his audience are probably majority men that have kids.
Yeah.
They like to see that he's out there slaying shit, but he has a full blown family,
Yeah.
you know? So that's his digital presence or his branding, you
Hmm.
know? Like what image, what branding do you want, you know? I guess is the question.
Yeah. And that's all I remember like when I first got into the Harley scene, it seemed like the big thing was like being a party guy or a party girl, like the Concrete Cowboys and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I remember those were the ones that I first started to follow and like they rage, right? So and don't get me wrong, like back in the day so did I and like once in a while I can have my fun, but for the most part I'm not a big partier or drinker and I used to have a big group of friends that that's all they really did. Didn't really have hobbies or anything. And then when I found riding, it's just like that's what I wanted to do. So when I got into the Harley world and saw like there was a lot of party people, a lot of party guys, I almost thought, oh no, like I gotta put on this persona that I love to party too. And I did kind of try to pretend that I was this fun party girl all the time. And I honestly was miserable. And then like the days that I was a little hungover and couldn't go out riding, like I absolutely hated myself because I was missing out on riding. So I made the decision that like, hey, if you don't think I'm cool because I don't want to party all the time, then that's your choice. But like I really just want to spend the time that I have riding and getting better at this sport.
Okay, I seriously cannot be the only one that does not trust insurance companies. Don't you feel like they never pay you what you deserve for your accident? That's why I always call Law Tigers. They're specialized motorcycle attorneys. Yes, there's a difference between motorcycles and cars. That's why you need to call Law Tigers because they are the experts and you are not. And what's dope about them is you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. It comes out of your settlement. So if they don't get you paid, then they don't get paid. And the best part is once you call them, they take care of everything for you. You don't have to think about it at all until you're signing the paperwork saying case closed. Don't let these insurance companies screw you over. Call Law Tigers and tell them that Drea sent you. If you're local to Arizona, call my boy Jay. I'll leave his info in the description below. I love that you brought that up because that makes me not feel alone. Because coming before my retirement, I was straight party chick. Like I wasn't faking it. Like I really was.
Yeah.
And I was at every street ride probably blacked out. I'm sorry, mom. But I was just crazy, you know? And
Yeah.
then after my retirement and just full blown momming it up, I don't do that shit anymore, you know? And quite frankly, it's unattractive to me now. Like in
I
general,
know
I
what
don't
you mean.
it's just not like I get it. That's what other people's seasons of life are. I'm not talking negative about it. It's just not who I am. I'm on a different frequency. So but I felt that feeling coming back from retirement, like maybe I should fit in and drink a beer with them, even though I don't do that shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember struggling with it with Bruce. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so used to sitting at the table with like entrepreneurs and godly people and now I'm feeling like I'm being thrusted into this scene that I don't fit into. What do I do? And I'll tell you what he told me, and I might have brought this up publicly already on the podcast, but I definitely told Jason Britton this already. Bruce is like, what does Jason Britton do when he goes to a lot? He still rides with all these party guys and but he holds himself to a different standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't feel like he needs to lower himself to fit in. They feel like they need to hire themselves and elevate themselves professionally to reach him. So
Right.
who do you want to be? Do you
Yeah.
want to be Jason Britton or do you want to be the party chick? You
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And it really changed my perspective when he told me that. And yeah, I'm still struggling. I'm trying, I'm trying.
Yeah. No, I
But,
like that though. Yeah.
you know, I just have a lot of associates. Just put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we lived closer.
I know. Me too.
We could hang out, you know?
Yeah. I wish I even like over where Krista is, like it's a little bit closer to you guys at least.
How far are you from the border?
Well, we have the Detroit border, just about 2 hours from me, and then Niagara Falls is about an hour,
Oh
but
shit.
close to you, not not very close.
Not at all. I'm on the
No,
other side of the
no.
border. I'm near the southern border, so we're like
Oh,
totally opposite worlds.
yeah.
We will ride together soon, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna get out there for sure. I want to hit. I'm sure you go to Arizona Bike Week
Hmm.
every year, so one year I'll head out there. I definitely have that on my bucket list. So
Yeah, well, that is coming up April 6th. So in 2 weeks, Arizona Bike Week's going down, and fuck, we already have a packed schedule.
yeah,
So I can't
looks
imagine
awesome.
how next year is going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'll start planning for next year, and I'll just watch with FOMO at home
You
this
know what you
time.
could do? You can fly out here and ride my Dyna
Oh gosh.
because I'll
Have
have
you
my
seen what I
bagger
do to
ready
my
by then.
bike? Have you seen what I do to my bike? You want to
You
give
know,
me yours?
would you ever get on a Dyna? Have you ever?
I've rode Pat's Dyna before. Actually, funny story. Our second date, I dropped it. Uh,
Oh shit.
yeah, he got me to try it out, and I got a little too excited and didn't realize how heavy Harleys were, and was so used to my supermoto, like just put a little toe down and you could get caught, and yeah, fell right over, and that was probably one of the most embarrassing things ever. But he's still
Have you
here,
ever
so
wheelied it?
no. I remember I tried when I first got my Harley, but at that point I was barely even figuring out my own, so it was not a thing. But maybe one day I'll upgrade to that. We'll see how the
Ye-
1200 goes and then work up from there.
Oh, you're gonna like the 1200.
Oh yeah, I can't wait, especially for the Larrys and trying to do the power slide drifts and stuff with that.
Have you tried the power side drifts yet?
I've been trying lately, but I'm having a bit of trouble doing the transition from the slide into the drift. I always like come to a full stop, which I know is not proper, and it's also easier to just smoothly do it, but I'm working on it. Hopefully when my bike's all done, I can get back to it.
It's so weird how like different things are easier for one person and harder for another. Like the the standstill straight to Larry, like you're doing, is like what the fuck? Hell no to me. And then you were saying that the power slide drifts are a what the fuck to you.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
It is weird. I've noticed that too. And like rollers scare the crap out of me. But I remember having a conversation with a female stunter, and she was saying the exact opposite. That and she loves the rollers and like they're no problem, doesn't scare her at all. But to try a Larry, she said it's just really scares her. So it's crazy how different people learn and pick up different things.
I think it's all in our own fucking heads, straight up.
Yeah.
It has to be like
Yeah, I remember
like we're
watching one of
just
your
making shit up in our
podcasts.
head.
Oh yeah, I remember watching one of your podcasts, and the guy said that you gotta for the rollers, you just gotta go out and just full send, or it's not gonna work, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've
So
tried it a few times, and it's worked.
that's what
But
I was talking about, how I changed my mindset from overthinking to just doing it, is because
yeah,
Hooligan said that. Just act like you just gotta fucking do it. Just pretend like you know how to do it. And
yeah,
so that's how I learned rollers. I literally hear his voice say that in my head, and I'm like, every time I pop my clutch, I'm like, just fucking go.
yeah,
And it's crazy because every time I'm like, I am a good rider. I forget that I'm a fucking good rider. Like my body just knows what the fuck to do. I
yeah,
know how much brake to apply. I know how much, all the things. But when I overthink it, I fuck it up. I pop the clutch too much and like, or too quick and pull the brake too much. I slam on the brake and kill the bike. And like, it's so crazy. But if you
yeah.
just go without thinking, your body actually knows how to do it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
It's the
totally know
weirdest thing.
what you mean. Usually, like the first two tries of something are my best, and then I get two in my head, and then it just slowly goes downhill.
Okay, so what's the tricks to Larry so far? What have you learned since you're in like the beginning stage of learning it and it's so fresh in your mind, even though you haven't perfected it yet? What do I need to do if I go out and practice tomorrow?
Um, well, the biggest thing is my little cheat code secret is I actually tried them out on dirt prior to hitting the pavement with the Harley, and just got used to like literally dropping the clutch and swinging the bike around. And then the first time I tried it on the Harley, I went out in the rain and it was basically like the dirt, easy and slick. And then after that, it was just figuring out the steering and trying to keep it straight. Also, the angle of the bike. I'm really trying to figure out that point of where I lean it up, but not too much where it will high side. I've learned that. I learned what high siding was the other week. That wasn't fun,
Really?
but yeah, it's definitely a lot harder than I thought. Like watching these guys do it all the time, they made it look so easy. I was like, oh, I can do that. Give me a week. No, give me a while.
You don't have to use any front brake. You just pop
Uh,
the clutch and gas it.
on those, yes, but I have gotten a tip actually to try it with front brake, and then I guess slowly
Finger
releasing
shake
it
it.
to the point. Yeah, and I think I might try that out, see how it goes.
What is that supposed to do?
I guess it doesn't swing the bike around as fast right
Mm.
away, at least. And you kind of, I guess, work it up and are able to position the bike to that point that I was talking about where you're in the perfect point of just spinning, right?
Mm.
And not
So
low siding or high siding.
you need it at a perfect angle so that it doesn't low side and so it doesn't high side.
Yeah,
And you need the
exactly.
bars at a specific spot because if you lock them, it'll probably high side you, right?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
yeah,
And this
yeah.
would
I'm
low side
learning.
you.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
yeah.
just guessing based. I've never tried it.
No, it's
Not even on a
honestly,
street
I'm
bike.
learning. I've been told how to do it many times, and that this one is something that just you have to learn by feel. I feel because like, and I've low sided probably like 50 times already. Like it, it's a lot of fail and it's a lot of sorry, yeah, it's a lot of failing, but in the end, like you'll get it. But yeah, like I said, it's all about the steering and the angle. It seems like, and obviously throttle control, but trying to tie all those things in is quite difficult, but I'll get it.
That will be gangster for shows, though.
Yeah, right. That's why I wanted to learn it. I always felt left out. We'd do the wheelie parts, and then the guys would be like, "Okay, drifting, Liz, go wait off to the side." And
Yeah, let's blow
I'd
some
be so,
smoke, and you're like, what the fuck?
I want to do that.
But
Yeah.
you could do stands. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
5'7"? Man, you're a
Yeah,
perfect height,
I'm pretty
bitch.
tall. Yeah, yeah. I don't know
Dude,
how you do it.
I can't do standstill burnouts
Yeah, you're on your tippy
because I start.
toes.
Yeah, I guess I start doing a Larry. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck happens, but I can't do them.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lucky
So
there. I'm perfectly flat
you're perfect
footed.
height. Are you really?
Yeah, but I had to, my supermoto was quite tall. I had to lower that, I think 3 inches when I bought it, so I wouldn't fall over on the road or anything.
Oh shit, yeah. I can
Yeah.
see that. Those are super tall.
Yeah.
They're meant to be ridden like that, but I mean like when you're trying I mean every other trick is my height doesn't really matter
Hmm.
except standstill burnouts. So
Yeah.
rolling burnouts. I've been doing them on my kickstand. People call me out. I'm like, I don't fucking man. If I want to do a standstill burnout, that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it is on my damn kickstand. You can talk shit if you
Yeah.
want, but like,
What's the
well, no,
difference
it's
between your leg and the kickstand?
yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
Well, actually, I'm not even on my bike when I do it. So
Hey,
it's
that's
both
cool.
like,
I think that's cooler. I need to
yeah,
learn
okay. As long as you think it's cool, because I feel like I'm super gay.
that.
But it's just for the shows, you know. I don't. It's not like I go do it at the stunt spot.
Hey, you can
But
wheelie a bagger. Like, I'm sorry, but no one
dude,
can say
they're
anything to you.
actually easy. They're actually
I'll take your
easy,
word for it. I don't on that one.
dude. If we ever ride together, we should tandem
Oh, I'm down. Like
because,
you're driving though. I'm not.
because you know, like I don't know. Have you ever tandem with a chick before?
Yeah, I did actually. Last year, Cali with Bex. That was
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah, it was a lot different than what I do with Pat because with Pat I'm on the back usually, and with Bex she
Mm.
had me in the front holding her bars. It was cool.
Oh, she was in a staggered.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it helps when the person the tandem partner knows how to ride
yeah,
because then they
yeah,
can grab the bars and you can just sit back down.
yeah.
Dude, we should do tandem on the bagger together.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be
That'd be
fucking
so sick.
sick.
Sign
That'd
me
be,
up.
I know, you got to get your ass over here.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna book a plane.
I know. I'd come to Canada, but I've heard bad things.
There's no reason. Why would you? No
I don't
offense,
know.
Canadians, but you
What
don't
is
like
it?
it here either.
I know, right? What is the what is it like for stunt riders there legally?
Well, we actually had a law passed, I think in the previous year that now you can get charged with stunt riding or stunt driving on private property. Before it was just like a simple trespassing ticket or something like that. But ever since then, it's kind of really put a damper on it, really, and like kind of scared the community a bit. And a lot of the riders take very high precaution and like making sure that their faces are hidden or their bikes are unknown and stuff like that. And like the social media thing is not part of their riding or anything like that, just because they have been burned in the past by the laws here.
Wow.
So unfortunately, like how strict it is, it kind of kills the scene a bit, in my opinion. But if it, the more it grows, also the less heat it is, right? So
Where do you guys practice then? At a warehouse or like where do you guys
we we have a few lots around here that like between our group, we try to keep quiet and like we do have cops show up here and there. Actually, this past weekend we did, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But for the most part, they just kick us out, tell us to go home, and like let us be on our way as long as we don't, give them attitude or be little shithead kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but for the most part, we just hop around to different lots and try to keep it as quiet as we can so we can keep it for as long as we can.
Do you think that they're more worried about the guys on the streets?
I would assume so. I actually think what they're worried about here in Canada is the takeover scene with the cars. We have
Oh,
quite a
really?
Yeah, we have quite a big a scene of that out here, and it's caused quite a bit of trouble in the streets and also in lots, which is why I think that law was passed. Unfortunately, the car guys and the motorcycle guys don't get along when they meet each other in the lot because of that. But
Because they blow the spot.
yeah, but it
There's a lot
happens.
of stunt riders here that are transitioning to the auto drift scene.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's
I don't
awesome.
know. How is it up there? Is anyone doing that there?
Not yet. My brother actually is big into the drift scene. That's like his thing, and it seems like they're transitioning over to Harleys and riding
Really?
instead of cars because I guess the car scene seems to be like very young over here, and like when you compare like fixing your drift car to fixing your bike, like price wise, like what can you really afford, right? So I've seen quite a bit of drift guys transfer over to the motorcycle world, but I've also would love to see like you guys have in the States them intertwine a bit because it seems like they would all get along pretty well. Carnage and burning rubber and
They
stuff like
fucking
that.
love it. It's such a similar scene. It's crazy. They have the same drama, but like everyone there just loves extreme motorsports, you know? They
Mm-hmm.
fit
Yeah, exactly.
fit together, you know? They like smoke and we like smoke.
Yeah,
So let's smoke together. Blow
exactly.
smoke.
Let's all smoke together.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't see myself ever transitioning to the auto scene though, but Bruce is hooked.
Oh, is he? He's in it.
Hooked.
Nice.
Shit's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm annoyed. No, it's fun. It's fun. But I'm
Was
not
he
gonna
getting
go there.
bored of drifting the Harley around? He wanted something bigger.
No, I think it's like, you know when how exciting it is to start something new and be a beginner?
Yeah, I do.
But
Yeah.
he's already understands drifting, so he's catching on to the car drifting thing so quickly that it's like it feels super gangster,
Yeah.
you know? Like holy shit, I'm getting it. Like and I'm progressing really quick. So he's I think that's why he's hooked.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm sure that goes for the other guys too that are transitioning from stunt riding to cars, but also because I think I've noticed it's in the older OGs that are doing it because I think it has something to do with it being safer.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
you're in a cage and a lot of the sponsors transfer over, so you still have a lot of support
Mhm.
and your following's huge, you know, so it's like People could sit there and talk shit all day about you marketing yourself, but it doesn't matter what you want to do. You can transfer that following over to whatever else hobby you decide to do, unless it's fucking knitting,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's true. I heard that it's actually like quite hard to get sponsors and stuff in the drift scene. So that's actually like really cool way for them to bring some of the companies over there and get their eyes
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I guess because it's oversaturated, huh? That you actually
Yeah.
need to be a pro.
Yeah.
Fuck, you should see like Ryan Cruzy and Trent. They're getting sponsored by like Holly, like these huge companies because they already have a huge following and they're proving themselves with their content that they can do and perform and provide what they are promising to deliver, you know?
Hmm.
So they already have proof that they can do it in the bike scene
Yeah.
and they trust them, you know?
Yeah. That
And I
was
think a
another
lot of
thing.
the,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I was going to say, I think a lot of the car people like motorcycles too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. My brother just grabbed a Harley because he saw that they can drift like a car can. So he's determined to get on that now.
Yeah, you told me you have a twin brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you a better stunt rider than him?
I like to think so.
Does he
I
really?
think no, no, he actually is starting to try to learn how to wheelie. But
Oh my
that was
God. I
yeah,
just got
that
a
was
genius idea for you. Okay. You don't want to do it with your boyfriend. Do it with your twin brother, dude. He's never going away. It's like
I don't
twin stunts,
right?
but
That's
a
what I
male
said to
and
him.
female version.
Yeah, that's what I
Boom.
said.
You have to do it, dude. That'd be so sick.
Right? Oh, that'd be awesome. I gotta get on him to get out and practice more. But I made that joke too. We actually had twin stunts here in Canada in
Yeah.
January, and I said the same thing. I was like, we could be twin stunts, but the male and female.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's money right there.
Yeah,
Do
there's like
it, bitch.
there's a brother and sister that like do FMX together. Like they hit the jumps together, tandem. Have you seen that? Like
No,
I
but
wouldn't do that, but
bitch, I actually love that more than like the male female partner thing. It's a brother and sister thing because you guys could be all like best buds, you know?
right? Yeah. Except
That's
I
sick.
kill him.
I could strangle his ass,
Yeah. They catch us behind the dealerships. Just yeah,
right? Kicking each other's ass.
yeah, yeah.
But that
No.
would even make your guys' relationship even more tighter, I think. That'd be so dope. Are you guys close?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we've gotten close, based on just riding. Like he got me into dirt biking because I was following him and his friends around. Just like I wanted
Being a
him to
tag
think I
along.
was cool. Yeah. So
Does he
then
think you're cool
after,
yet? Or
yeah, he said it a
oh,
few
oh,
times.
finally.
Since I got on the Harley, he said it a few times, but it took a good 28 years to get it out of him. But I did finally.
Now he finally looks up to you. I
Yeah.
finally got my brother to look up to me too.
Yeah. Now we're
If
done. We're done
now
now. We can go
we
home.
can just lay down.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
My brother thinks I'm cool.
Yeah. Oh,
That's so funny. That's probably why we're tomboys.
yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
I've noticed that all of us female stunt riders are pretty much tomboys.
Yeah. Especially the Harley ones, like it's awesome. Like everyone
Yeah,
seems like to be on the same vibe.
I know. Well, I think you can't be a girly girl, dude. You really can't.
No, I can't imagine a girly girl like yeeting herself to the ground 30 times in a day and then wanting to continue. I,
Yeah, I know, right?
but
Totally.
I also wouldn't want to get on a skateboard and fall as many times as they do because that sport's even crazier than what we do, I think, because that's just all falling. But
That's probably what people think about our sport, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
probably.
what the fuck? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That motorcycle just fell on top of her. I mean, do you
Oh
get
yeah.
back on and keep riding?
Yeah. Oh yeah. My mom thinks I'm crazy. That's for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah. She actually was poor lady was a witness to one of my worst crashes ever at a show. It was at an indoor show and it went over Oh, well, it went sideways on me actually, and I never felt that before, and I lost it. And like I remember I hopped up so fast. Like the comments I got on how fast I popped up was hilarious because the only reason I got up so fast because I knew if I didn't, my mom was gonna run out into the middle of the floor in front of everyone, like my
And embarrass
baby.
you.
Yeah, I just got
Start
up and
giving you
looked at her.
CPR.
Yeah, exactly. I just get up like I'm okay, mom. It's okay. We're all good. But I can't believe she still shows up to shows after that one. Like, but
that's that's
she's
good that she
awesome.
actually shows up.
Oh yeah, she's the
My
biggest supporter.
my mom's not that big of support. She's not interested.
Scares her.
Yeah, she just. I had to tell her to stop because it's just not a good like thing to have in your head. That be careful, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like what if this happens and you get paralyzed? It's like, dude,
There's risks to everything, right?
yeah, like leave me alone.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I feel you though.
but yeah, I don't know.
Gotta
That's
keep
stuff.
them happy.
Yeah, that's okay. We just don't talk about what I'm doing.
No, exactly. Yeah.
I
Actually, it
think,
was a blessing in disguise that I only have lot content because that was my big promise to my mom is that I would not ride the streets. I would continue to stunt, but I will not stunt on the road. And that has actually turned into a blessing in a weird way.
yeah, that I think attracts more companies too and sponsors. Makes you look more professional.
Yeah, I heard a lot on your podcast about people talking about like companies like being hesitant due to legal reasons or anything like that. So that's where it clicked in my head. I was like always so insecure about that actually that people would talk crap like, oh, you're not a real stunter, you don't stunt the streets, you're only ever in the lot, blah blah blah. And that
Like
always
you're
like kind
scared.
of yeah, it always ate on me. And then the more I learned and the more I watched, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna take it in a positive way. Like, no, it's a good thing. Like, I'm not doing anything illegal, and
Well,
I
there's
don't
a
have to worry.
yeah, there's a kind of a trend. It's the same people saying, "Oh, you're scared to not ride the streets," are the same people saying, "Why are you filming? Like, just
Hmm.
ride." Oh, it's all about the clout on Instagram, and those are the same people that aren't getting paid. Sorry, but you got to do what you got to do if you want to get paid for it. And I get it. Sometimes it's some people do it just for fun, but you do
Hmm.
it for fun and get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
What? Why
saying?
not?
Why not? Well, I'm
Yeah.
super proud of you and like how you're growing as a stunt rider, and I'm excited to see you grow even more. And I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for paving the way and being an OG and making this possible for girls like me to get into the sport and start showing what we can do. Because without you ladies, like, we wouldn't even know it was possible. So, respect for that. And thank you.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm glad we were able to make this happen. This
Definitely.
is our second attempt,
Yeah.
but it's gonna work this time.
Yeah.
Until next time.